Daredevil Born Again Season 2 began this past Tuesday. And what a way it started. Going in, my expectations were slightly tamed after hearing that the show started out slow. The episode was a lot of fun and the action sequences were great. The pacing of the episode was done well. It left me wanting more. Mr. Charles is a character I expected to enjoy seeing, and I was proved right. I am curious to see what direction they take him this season. I do think he was. The fake Kingpin, as the way he was acting, screamed Matthew Lillard just with the mannerisms, and the way he was moving instantly made me think it was Mr. Charles. I enjoyed seeing Heather in this episode, especially since she is haunted by Muse since she was the one who killed him last season. I feel like she will kill someone else during this season, which will be what triggers her to embrace seeing Muse and become him. The ending where they reintroduced Bullseye was fantastic, saving Matt after he was distracted after hearing what seems like a heart attack from Cherry, which brought up Foggy's death. Ultimately, a strong start to the season. Those were my thoughts on the episode. I am going to be asking my followers over on X aka Twitter their thoughts on the episode, and will include them in my review. We have Wade that says, peak. Such an amazing episode. Can't wait for the rest of the series and the Punisher special. And thought it was a great episode. I love how there's more action, but I'm still conflicted with the style of the show. But it's interesting how the anti-vigilante task force is basically MCU ICE. Honestly, I kind of hear the conflicting feelings with some of the scenes and how the vigilante task force is like the MCU ICE. I do like how the show does blend fiction with reality. Thank you, Wade, for your take. We have Jack who says incredible. Loved every second of it. The Matt plus Karen chemistry was perfect. Loved how Dr. Glenn is haunted by Muse and Cherry's heartbeat threw him right back to the night at Josie's, and then that ending. You're welcome. I agree. In the first episode, we got so much set up and the callbacks to previous seasons. Agree with all the points made by Jack. We have Flays next who says if that's an episode that's considered slow, then we are not ready for the rest of the season. That ending was such an insane way to end it off. I need more loudly crying face, loudly crying face. Completely agree with this. Going into the season, we were told that the season started out slow. My only thing is that people saying this watched episodes 1 and 2 ahead of them airing. With episode 2 and 3 airing together next week, part of me thinks that episode 2 will be slowish. But I hope I'm wrong. Josh says great first episode. I didn't expect it to jump straight in like that. I thought we'd get some explanation on why Matt's suit is now black with the DD, but maybe that's coming soon. Heather and her trauma from season 1 is really interesting. Opening scene was peak. Thank you, Josh. I do agree about the double D. It would have been cool to see him make the suit the way it is now. However, the general consensus is that everyone loved that opening scene. Brett says the music, the chills, the atmosphere, the shots, the action sequences, the tone, everything about this episode was so amazing and loved that knife throw at the end. Daredevil Tuesdays are so back. I agree with Brett. If this episode is anything to go by, we will be in for an absolute treat. Cape asks that was Jessica, wasn't it? At the end, I'm assuming they are referring to this shot with the knife. This was Bullseye. We can confirm this with the logo in between the "Your" and "Welcome" on the knife. We also know that Bullseye will be returning this season based on the trailer confirming him. Roxanne is up next. That says great episode. Can't wait for Punisher. The Punisher special should be great to see in the lead up to him making his first MCU movie appearance in Spider-Man Brand New Day later this year. Nick is next who says, my thoughts are it was definitely very copy. Like they're coping for the drawback from S1. I agree the lighting is so annoying with all the lens flares. I kinda hate the direction of the fights where it's cutting in and out like the Cherry fight. The opening was amazing. I kinda felt like the Karen and Matt stuff is part of the cope. They knew people wanted it, so they kinda shoved it down our throats a lil. I love Karen and Matt, but it also felt like they were trying to do like a love triangle at the end of last season with Punisher, so I'm confused on that point. I also really like they didn't just drop whatever her name is killing Muse and is actually using it as PTSD. However, I think she did a complete 180 in terms of how she communicates with the criminals. It's like she's evil now, and it's so weird because even though it fits because she kinda sucked in season 1, it kinda doesn't make sense. Also, the dialogue is another gripe. It feels very like I don't know. Definitely not Netflix quality. I do understand the gripes with the fight towards the end of the episode where it cuts in and out with Cherry. Also, some of the shots being not great due to lighting. As well as some of the dialogue being not Netflix standard. I hope that improves as the season goes on. Draven is next, who says I thought it was great. Picks up where the story left off and continued it, but also didn't shy away to start bringing in the new plot points with Heather's Muse visions and the Mr. Charles introduction. Fights were top tier as usual. I loved it. Gotta agree with being happy that we are starting out with new plot points off the bat. I'm very interested to see where they go. Ultimately, there are different ways it can go, but only time will tell where they do. We have Hadi as our last one for episode 1. Apologies if I butchered the pronunciation. I think I expected a bit too much from this EP, and maybe that's why I didn't enjoy it as much. The EP was decent. There were some beautiful moments, especially the aspect ratio changes, which were one of the best parts of the EP. But I'd say the lighting wasn't great. I don't know what they're doing. How is that yellowish and bluish light directly in our eyes supposed to look good? It looks ass TBH. The cinematography is just straight up bad. I thought they might improve from S1, but nah. Netflix's cinematography still clears. I'm happy Matt and Karen are back and working together. That's easily the best part of the EP. It's always a treat watching them together. The last scene was amazing. You're welcome, bro is badass. Overall, a decent start to S2. I'm expecting more from EP2 and 3, or maybe I shouldn't, so I don't end up disappointed. I agree that there were a mix of beautiful shots in this and some not so beautiful shots. I hope this changes in the episodes to come. I really hope we aren't disappointed by the rest of the season. Thank you all for your comments. I enjoyed seeing all the different reviews for this episode. I will be doing this for the rest of the episodes. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like. And if you want to be a part of the next, I will do a post after episode 2 and 3 asking for combined thoughts on that. Thank you for watching. Stay safe and have a great rest of your day or night. Much love to you all.